I never thought I'd be the kind of man telling this story. I believed in marriage, in forever. My wife, Anna, and I were together for 12 years. We met in college, built a life from scratch, and fought our way through struggles like a team. Or at least, that's what I thought. Looking back, I realize love can make you blind to warning signs until it's too late. Anna was beautiful, not just in looks, but in the way she carried herself. She was smart, funny, adventurous. When we were young, she used to say I was her anchor, her safe place. We built a little house together, filled it with laughter, dreams, and late-night conversations. But somewhere along the way, something shifted. At first, it was subtle. Anna started going out more, girls' nights, networking events, just clearing her head. She said she needed space to find herself again. I didn't want to be controlling, so I trusted her. I wanted to believe the woman I loved still respected our marriage. But then the distance grew. She stopped reaching for my hand. She stopped asking about my day. She seemed irritated whenever I tried to be affectionate. I told myself it was just a phase, that maybe she was stressed or needed time. Until one night, she came home late, smelling of perfume that wasn't hers, with a look in her eyes I'd never seen before. That was the night I asked the question that changed everything. Anna, is there someone else? She froze. For a second, I thought she'd deny it. Instead, she laughed, not in a funny way, but in a sad, almost resentful way. You don't get it, do you? She said quietly. I'm tired, Mark. Tired of feeling trapped. I don't want to be a wife anymore. I want to be a free spirit. Those words hit me like a car crash. Free spirit. I stood there, stunned, trying to process. What are you saying? She looked at me with tears in her eyes, but also relief. I've met someone. He makes me feel alive. I don't want to be tied down. I want to explore, to live without guilt, to stop feeling like I owe anyone anything. I want freedom. Freedom. From me. From our life. From everything we built. I asked her if our vows meant nothing. If the years we'd shared were just a cage to her. She just whispered, I'm sorry, but I can't do this anymore. The next weeks were a blur. She moved out. Said she needed space to figure herself out. I stayed in our house, feeling like a ghost. Every room was filled with memories, her laughter in the kitchen, our photos on the walls, the life we promised to grow old in. I tried to hold on, thinking maybe she'd come back once the thrill wore off. But instead, I found out the truth. The freedom she wanted was a man named Eric. He was younger, single, always posting pictures from beaches and bars. Anna jumped into that world like she'd been waiting her whole life for it. And me. I was left shattered, wondering if I'd been a fool all along. Friends told me to move on. Some said she'd regret it. But when you're heartbroken, regret from the other person doesn't feel like comfort. You just feel replaced. Then, about a year later, something unexpected happened. Anna called me. Her voice sounded small, almost broken. She asked if we could meet for coffee. When I saw her, she didn't look like the carefree free spirit I'd seen online. She looked tired, eyes puffy, smile forced. We sat down, and she said, Mark, I made a mistake. She told me the life she thought she wanted, the parties, the freedom, the endless adventure, turned out hollow. Eric cheated on her, used her, and left when things got real. Her so-called friends disappeared when the fun stopped. She'd quit her job for more freedom, and now she was struggling to stay afloat. But the part that hit me hardest, she said, I thought you were holding me back. But you were the one person who loved me without conditions. I see that now, and I'm so sorry. For a second, I wanted to take her hand, to tell her it was okay. The man who once loved her deeply still lived somewhere inside me. But another part of me, the part she broke, couldn't go back. I told her, gently, that I had healed enough to know I deserved better than being someone's safe backup plan. That I wished her well, but I couldn't rebuild what she'd burned. Tears rolled down her cheeks. She whispered, I didn't realize freedom could be so lonely. Driving home that day, I felt a strange mix of sadness and strength. Sadness for the woman I once loved, for the life we lost. But strength because I finally understood her choices were hers, and so were mine. Love isn't about caging someone. But it's also not about throwing away commitment when it stops feeling thrilling. Real love is showing up even when life gets ordinary. She wanted excitement, I wanted partnership. We were never going to survive if our definitions of happiness were so different. Anna paid a high price for chasing freedom. And while I don't hate her, I know now that sometimes people have to lose what's real to understand its worth. As for me, I'm still healing, still learning. But I'm proud I walked away with my dignity and my heart slowly mending. If you're listening to this and going through something similar, remember, someone choosing to leave says more about their soul than your worth. You are not the cage they're trying to escape. Sometimes, letting go is the most loving thing you can do for them, and for yourself.